We have the Chapter 5 test review. We're going to solve this system of equations using graphing. So we need to be able to graph both of these equations. We need to get them into slope-intercept form first. So x minus y equals 1. All right, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. I get negative y equals negative x plus 1. Divide everything by negative 1 in order to give me a positive y, and that'll create a positive x and minus 1. So that'll have a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of negative 1. So this y-intercept is negative 1, and it'll go through these points. Okay. Then, the second equation, 2x minus y equals 8, or plus y equals 8. We're just simply going to subtract 2x from both sides. And we get y equals negative 2x plus 8. So that one will have a slope of negative 2 and a y-intercept of positive 8. So we'll start at positive 8 on the y-axis and go down 2 over 1. And that right there will be my point of intersection. So that'll be the solution to the system of equations. The solution to the system will be the point 3, 2. That's my answer. Okay, on number 2, if I was asked to solve this system of equations, I noticed that both of these lines are parallel, and so parallel lines will never intersect, and so they would have no solution. Over here on number 3, looking for where the two lines intersect again, and the graph is a little off, but we're going to go ahead and say that that's negative 1, 2. That's the point of intersection, and so that's the solution to the system of equations. On number 5, we're asked to use substitution to solve the system of equations. So when we're doing substitution, we have to isolate a variable. So the easiest way to isolate a variable would be to isolate x in the first equation. We have x minus 4 equals 3y, and when we add 4 to both sides, we get x is equal to 3y plus 4, and so x is isolated. So I'm going to use that information and use my second equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute 3y plus 4 in the place of x. I'm going to swap those. That's the substitution. So when I morph them together, it'll be 3, and then in parentheses it'll be 3y plus 4, where the x was, minus 5y equals 8. Then I can solve for y. Get 9y plus 12 minus 5y equals 8 when I distribute. Then collect my like terms, 5y and 9y. Negative 5y and 9y leaves me with 4y plus 12 equals 8. Subtract 12 from both sides, and 4y would be negative 4. Divide by 4 on both sides, y would be negative 1. So y is negative 1. That means the point of intersection has a y value of negative 1. Take that y value and go back to this equation and put negative 1 in the place of y right there to find the value of x. So x would be 3 times negative 1 plus 4, which is going to be negative 3 plus 4, which is 1. So the coordinate intersection is 1, 1. Number 6, trying to decide whether the point 5, 1 is a solution to the system of equations. For it to be a solution to the system, that has to work in both equations. When I mean work, I mean, if you put 5 in for x, I'm using the top equation, I'm putting 5 in for x and 1 in for y, do I get 10? Well, 3 times 5 is 15, minus 5 times 1 is 5. Is that equal 10? Yes. So it works in the top one. Now I need to check the second equation. Okay, put 5 in for x. Okay, put 1 in for y. Do I get 4? Is 5 minus 1 equal to 4? Yes. So if I get yes both times, then it's a yes overall. And it is a solution to the system. It's where they intersect. Now the same type of problem, trying to figure out whether the 0.56 is a solution to this system of equations. So again, I'm going to use the top equation. I'm going to put 5 in for x and 6 in for y. So 6 is equal to 2 times 5 minus 4. This is a question. I'm not sure if it works, then it's going to be a yes. So is 6 equal to 10 minus 4? Yes. Okay, so the top one works. Let's try the bottom one. Again, put 5 in for x, 6 in for y. So 6 is equal to 5 plus 1. Yes. So again, it works in both equations. Then it's the solution to the system. Number 8, we're asked to use elimination to solve this system of equations. As it is, neither one of the variables will eliminate, so I need to adjust them. What I'm going to do is multiply the top equation by -1 everywhere, and it becomes -2m minus 5n equals +2. The bottom one is going to stay the same. It's just going to stay 2m plus 7n equals -6. It didn't change. But now when I add the two equations together, the n's will eliminate, and I'll get 2n equal to -4. Divide by 2 on both sides, n would be -2. So if n is -2, then I can plug that back into one of the two equations. Let's use the top one. 2m plus 5 times -2 equals -2. And this way I can solve for the value of m. 2m minus 10 equals -2. Add 10 to both sides. 2m would be 8. And divide by 2 on both sides, m would have to be 4. So m is 4, and n is -2. All right, number 10 is a review. We're writing an equation in slope-intercept form. It goes through the point 4, -1, has a slope of 2. So we know a point, we know the slope. We're going to use point-slope form, which is y minus y1, which is -1, equals m, which is 2, times x minus x1, which is 4. So we need to solve, simplify this. Y plus 1 is equal to 2x minus 8. When I distribute, add 1 to both sides. I'm sorry, subtract 1 from both sides, and y would be 2x minus 9. When I subtract 1 from both sides, 2x minus 9 be right there. Number 11, we need to write the equation of this line on this graph. This line has a y-intercept of 2. It has a slope of down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. And it has a slope of -3. So the equation would be -3x plus 2. 3x plus 2, there it is. Answer would be I. All right, Bill earns $7 an hour Parking cars, he also earns 6 each week that he works, which equation represents this situation. H is the number of hours, and E represents his earnings. So his earnings, how do we calculate how much he's going to earn? Well, he's going to earn $7 per hour. So 7 times H, however many hours. But he also works, he also gets 60 for the week. So that's going to be his earnings for the week. 7H plus 60. 7H plus 60. There it is. All right, number 13. Using D equals RT. Our distance is 410 miles. Our rate is 57 miles per hour. And our time is what we are unsure about. So when we divide by 57 on both sides, we get approximately, we get about 8 hours total. Take that back. This is closer to 7. I'll put it in the calculator. I get 7.2. I was looking at 50 in general into 400, but it's closer to 7 hours. So we'll go with H. Number 14, this line is a 0 slope. Y-intercept is 2. So you're looking at 0x plus 2. 0x cancels. So eliminate, so it's just y equals 2. So it should be H. 15, what's the slope of the line that has the equation 2x plus 3y equals 6? Let's get it in slope-intercept form. Subtract 2x from both sides. I get 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. Divide everything by 3, and y would be negative 2/3 x plus 2. So that is my slope, negative 2/3 a. Which of the following equations is a line perpendicular to 2x minus 3y equals negative 15? Well, I need to figure out what the slope of that line is. So 2x minus 3y equals negative 15. Subtract 2x from both sides. I get negative 3y is negative 2x minus 15. Then divide everything by negative 3. I get y equals a positive 2/3 x plus 5. So the slope of that line is 2/3. That means that the perpendicular to that would be a negative 3/2. Okay, so who has a negative 3/2 slope? G does.